Alright, guys, so oh my god, I'm so pissed off right now. Okay, so yeah, we all thought at the end of the last video that this was gonna be it for the doctor's office, right? Yeah, so did I. I thought it was all taken care of. No. Evidently, there's no other doctors who can do the Nucala, so I have to stick with him either way. Which, by the way, I'm starting to get side effects from. I have been lately experiencing shortness of breath. I had to do a freaking treatment yesterday. I have more psoriasis spots surrounding me than I ever have. And now this. So, as we all know, they don't return my calls, right? Well, I complained to my insurance about this. They looked into it, and this right here, this is a letter saying that they looked into it, but guess what? I can't call and find out what they found out, nothing like that, because it's federal and state law that they can't share anything. So there was really no point in them calling and finding out why I can't get calls returned, because I want to know why they won't return my calls. I want to get to the bottom of why they won't return my calls. I want to know why I have to keep complaining to the insurance that they're not calling me back. That's what I want to know. And here I can't know anything. What was even the point of sending me this letter telling me that? Why even bother telling me at all? Like, seriously. I This is just it's stupid, and it shouldn't have to be this way. Why am I being treated like this? And they're the only doctor's office, really, that's treating me like this. There's nobody else, and it's... Oy. They wasted paper because they are basically telling me that they did look into it, but I can't know anything. I can't call them, I can't ask them what the outcome was, because they can't share that information. It's information that I want to know. Why would I complain about it if I didn't want to know about it? I take it very personally, actually. I do. I feel that maybe it was the doctor's office saying that they have a problem with me, that they don't want to talk to me, they don't want to do anything regarding me, basically. That's what this whole thing has been about. If you go back and you watch the videos and you listen to what I've been saying all along, how they've been treating me and everything, it's basically personal. This is fucking ridiculous. I can't get anything out of the doctor's office, and now apparently can't get anything out of my insurance either. I I I don't know what to do anymore. I really don't. The calls that I need to find out, one, I already got resolved because I did it myself. I wasn't getting any results from the doctor's office, so I did it myself. I wanted to know what to do regarding the side effects that I'm now currently seeing from the Nucala. They basically told me what me and the doctor had already come to the conclusion about, was that if it works, to stay on it, but then of course to find another treatment for the psoriasis, and if it doesn't work, of course, come off of it. And so the doctor has to decide that. So I have to wait until I can see my real doctor in February to kind of discuss this with him. Then the plan was, the last time I went in to get the Nucala, was to then taper down the prednisone, basically to take me from 20 milligrams down to whether it be 15 or 10 or whatever he wanted to do. At that point, I couldn't see my regular doctor, so I had to ask the doctor whose medical assistant I did see. And they said, well, let me talk to his medical assistant. And he did, and he said that she would get back to me. That was maybe about a month ago or so, or at the beginning of the year. And I'm still trying to get information from her of how much to take down my prednisone. I I don't know what else to do, you know what I mean? I've called the insurance, I've complained to the insurance. I make these videos and I post them and I make them public. You would think that this doctor's office would get their shit together because and I've finally noticed that I'm not the only one they're treating like this. When I went in to get my last injection of Nucala, there was this old lady there, and she just so happened to be in front of me in line, and she had gone up there, and I guess her appointment wasn't until February, but she had called and rescheduled because she had something else to do that day, so she had called and rescheduled for that day that I went in to get my Nucala. She, the girl asked her name and stuff like that, and she then told her, your appointment isn't until February, and then she goes, well, I had called and rescheduled, and then she pulled out her planner, and she's looking at her planner and looking at the card, and reading to her what she wrote down, and she goes, Dr. So-and-so on January, whatever. And then she goes, well, that doctor isn't even here today, so I don't know why anybody would reschedule you for today if he's not even here. And she goes, oh, okay, yeah, uh-huh. So she goes and she sits down, and she's sitting down doing this. Like trying to think to herself, why would she remember calling in to reschedule for that day if he wasn't there? Why would they even tell her that he was there if he wasn't going to be there, kind of thing? I know, I've done that many times. I think all of us have tried to figure out why we remember stuff like that when it didn't even really happen, maybe. I think we've all had that kind of, thing going on. And, pick up the... Wait, let me pick up the waste of paper. Anyways, and so, I think maybe she may have used a service like Suntran or Handycar or something like that because she was there for a while and trying to get in contact with somebody to go and pick her up. Now, the thing with Handycar and Suntran, transportation, stuff like that, is you tell them what time your appointment is, and then you give them a rough idea of how long your appointments normally are, and you're stuck there whether you get out of your appointment early or not. You're stuck there until they decide to pick you up. The time you tell them. So she had to finally call, I think it was maybe her nephew or her son-in-law or whatever, to go and pick her up. She was there about just as long as I was. I had gone in just to get the Nucala, but my grandma had a doctor's appointment down the road, so I had to wait until she was done to be picked up. And so she was there just about as long as I was. And, and she had gotten up at one point. She didn't have a cell phone, so she had gotten up at one point to ask the girl at the front desk if she could use the phone. And she said, yeah, sure, of course. Well, this other elderly lady comes in behind her, and the lady who went to sit down, who was told that her doctor wasn't there, she had a walker, okay? Now, I'm sure we've all seen elderly people with walkers, and they can be kind of slow because they have to, be careful not to trip on anything. And so she's pacing herself, taking her time to get up to the desk, and this lady comes in behind her, and the girl at the front desk, instead of taking care of the old lady who had asked for the phone first before another patient, no, she completely disregards the old lady walking up to the desk, and she goes to the lady behind her. Do you need help? Do you have an appointment today? And I'm like, really? Like, seriously? You could have said, well, hold on, let me, what's your name? Okay, yeah, I'll get you all checked in. Let me just finish helping this lady here. That, to me, would have been the smartest thing to do, would have been the nicest thing to do. But no, completely disregards her, makes her standing there waiting while she checks in the lady behind her. Which, okay, if you're an old person and you have a walker, obviously it's hard for you to stand, hard for you to walk, whatever the reason, you have a walker. And normally people with walkers and wheelchairs and stuff like that, they should be taken care of first because for whatever reason they're in that position and they have that stuff. So when I saw that, I'm just like, oh my god, I'm finally not the only one that they treat like this. And then there was another lady who she had what do you call it, oxygen. Apparently, if your asthma gets so bad, you have to use oxygen. And she was there for the same reason, to get a shot of whatever she does. And she, I guess, knew one of the people who goes to that office too, and they were in the parking lot talking. They were technically there, the techs and the nurses at the front desk could see them through the window. They were there, basically. And so one of them goes up to the door and she goes, "Yeah, don't worry, honey, you didn't have an appointment. It's okay." I'm like, "Really?" So her husband runs to the door to check her in, and the girl that came out to basically talk shit to her is still standing there. "Oh, yeah. Come on, just take as long as you want. It's okay." And so the lady with the oxygen obviously had to run to the door because she thought she was being called back already. She comes in, she, gives, her insurance card, finishes checking in, doing stuff that they obviously couldn't get from her husband. And then they make her sit there for like 10, 15 minutes before she's finally brought back. I'm like, really? Okay, clearly this lady can't breathe because she's on oxygen, so you make her run, make her get more exasperated. So just that day alone, I saw 2 other patients who were, if it were me, if I were in that situation, I would feel like I was being treated unfairly. No, but that's just me. I don't know if, they took it as a joke because, they, I guess, have been going there for years or whatever, so they saw it as a joke. I would not. No, and then there was another one that I guess they knew, really well, that they were really good friends, and they were talking, and she, I didn't even care that there was other patients, in the waiting room. They were talking, and she was telling them about how she gets to go and see her son over the weekend, who is in prison. Yeah, that's what people want to hear from their nurse, from their, from their doctor's medical assistant, that your son is in prison. Yeah, that's what we want to hear. That's like one of those, that's too much personal information you kind of share. Seriously, she could have at least looked around to make sure that there wasn't any other patients before she started having a personal conversation with another patient that she knows. Or waited until they went back and, gone in there and talked to them while they were waiting for the doctor, So, but yeah, so that's the latest thing. And, God. I am seriously so freaking pissed off about this. It's, why even waste the paper? And just so you know, I had made actually a couple calls about this not getting called back, and this was regarding a call that I had made on the 13th, and this is dated the 18th, and today is the, let's see, today's the 23rd, so yeah, at least they're kind of up to date with it. So, but yeah, I can't, I can't. So yeah, guys, I will see you later. I'm going to vacuum and find a very, very stiff drink because I can't. I'm done. No, I'm done. After this, I'm gonna need a really, really bloody, bloody movie. Because right about now, I feel like Michael Myers or fucking Chucky, and I want to go kill a bitch. So, yeah. I need a bloody movie. Wait. Bloody movie and a Bloody Mary.